+1 attack research in production. We see at the Protoss side, we see also +1 ground weapons started, more drones in production. EGIdra is really going into macro mode. Hold on. EGIdra only has 43 drones. Interesting. It seems that EGIdra, with all these attacks, has actually fallen quite behind. We see that the food count for minigun is more than 15 food ahead. EGIdra is really forced to drone up heavily here because he would fall behind extremely heavily in the economy. Now, the first Immortal almost popping out, which will of course prove effective against any roaches that EGIdra has. These Lings are trying to harass these two pylons, but these Stalkers are here ready to thwart off any attacks. Now the hatchery is finally finished. Drone transfer coming on. Queen is hatched, and we see an Overseer just about finished, which will of course provide the additional scouting. Now, interesting, minigun already has an observer seeing this, these roaches taking down the destructive rocks, already seen this expansion, knowing that maybe now, as soon as his first Colossus is finished, first Colossus is all 2/4 finished, extended thermal lance, the range upgrade for the Colossus is now in production, additionally to the ground armor level 1. Now these Stalkers are just keeping an eye on the army movements of EGIdra, just making sure that he does nothing too suspicious, trying to scout off any additional bases. Now that the first Colossus is out, he feels safe enough to kill these destructible rocks and maybe even throw down an expansion. But what do we have here? A huge attack, maybe going in, a very nice surround, but these force fields preventing all of these roaches from attacking. The Colossus is going to town. Colossus already has 2 kills. The roaches are forced to withdraw. A lot of weakened roaches. Does he have burrow? No, he does not. Otherwise he could regenerate these very weak roaches. The nexus for the gold expansion is going down. While we see another Colossus now just popped out, which increases the Colossus count to 2, plus the Immortal make a very strong combination against these roaches, but there are a lot of roaches. Upgrade wise, we have a +1 attack upgrade on these roaches, as opposed to the +1, almost +1 for the Protoss. Now what we have here is a Twilight Council in production around right here, and a second forge, which of course makes these upgrades even faster to get. A roach counterattack is going on at the natural. A sentry will probably throw down a force field just to delay these roaches from... No, the sentry gets taken out. The army is going back. Meanwhile, EGIdra is throwing down his 4th hatchery, but the attack is thwarted off by these Stalkers. Now he will probably research Blink in just a second, just because he has such a Stalker focused army and almost no Zealots. And going for Storm now actually makes no sense since he already has Colossus. He's taking control of the Xel-Naga Watchtower, trying to spot EGIdra's army. EGIdra has a large amount of roaches, but supply-wise they are almost even. If you go to the worker supply, interestingly enough, ROOTMinigun is almost more than 10 workers ahead, which doesn't really fit EGIdra's picture. EGIdra is actually known for the very economically heavy player. The probe transfer has now occurred. Let's get away this tab. And these roaches are being flanked from bottom and top, but the bottom army is now receding back to the expansion, knowing that these Stalkers will have no problem absolutely whatsoever killing these roaches. Another expansion going down for minigun. He really feels safe now, knowing that he has these Colossus, but he has to watch out for all these Corruptors. No upgrades on the Corruptors, but Corruptors deal 20 damage versus massive, and Colossus have 350 HP. So as long as you get about 7 or 8 Corruptors, which he has 8 Corruptors now, he can really put the hurt on these Colossus. Now, EGIdra will not want to engage right here, because the splash damage of the Colossus will deal massive amounts of damage to EGIdra's army. He will attempt, although, a counterattack of roaches up to his natural, maybe trying to snipe off maybe these probes, maybe the Colossus, going for the Colossus. No, the Blink Stalkers are here to save the day. This attack will not work. He will be forced to send. Meanwhile, we have another attack right here. The Corruptors focus firing the Colossus. Colossus are going down very fast, but the splash damage is just too much for EGIdra to handle. He has to go back. The Corruptors are now being killed off with the Blink. This expansion has, this expansion has not yet been scouted by the Protoss. EGIdra still not has taken this expansion, but EGIdra really feels the hurt because he has almost no minerals left. I'm not sure if this Roach Hydra composition of EGIdra really can take on this Protoss Death Ball, especially with the superior upgrades. +2 armor, almost finished now. He goes for the attack. He's moving in, circling, streaming in. Beautiful force fields cutting off a large portion of the army. The Colossus can now just shoot from the back, feeling good. While the Stalkers do a lot of work. Some roaches are being caught off guard. EGIdra still maxing out, almost maxed out, with 10 more roaches, 3 more Hydras, and 2 more Corruptors on the way. Now this Colossus is really proven cost effective with 12 kills. Now beautiful force fields. His force field micro is absolutely genius, cutting off large parts of the army. More Stalkers, more Colossus are streaming in. EGIdra cannot attack through this. He has no chance, and EGIdra leaves the game. EGIdra does one of his classical and well-known rage quits. Very nice plays from ROOTMinigun, expanding very aggressively to the high yield and then back to his third natural. I have seen a Dark Shrine in production somewhere at some point right here, but he has not used this Dark Shrine yet. And EGIdra was just overwhelmed by army positioning right here, and the force fields plus the Colossus shooting from the back by Minigun. Now props to Minigun. He has beaten EGIdra in a very fair match. Very well played. EGIdra has tried to do some counterattacks right here or up the side here, but every single time this has proven ineffective. So congratulations to Minigun for fighting, for winning this game, and that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.